Greetings one and all. Welcome back to my kitchen here today, where I am going to be making a nice pork terrine, I guess you'd call it. I call it brawn, but technically this isn't brawn because I'm going to be using pig's trotters or pig's feet to make my jelly, and I think brawn you need to use an actual whole pig's head, which I haven't got, but it's similar to brawn, but let's just call it a terrine. Now, the first thing I've got on here is just a litre of chicken stock that I'm heating up. Now, prior to starting, just to save time, I gave my pig's trotters, I've got 3 of them, I've split them down the middle. I gave them a good 10-minute blanching in boiling water, just to give them a good clean. A lot of scum comes out of it. So I've washed that all off, thoroughly cleaned my trotters again. And I'm going to put them in here right now. Now this is going to be a low slow cook, and we want to get some of these usual sort of flavours. So I've got 1 onion, just roughly chopped up. I've got 1 carrot, roughly chopped. A big stick of celery, roughly chopped, leaves and all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cloves of garlic that I've just given a bit of a bash. The back of my knife, they can go in. A couple of bay leaves. I've got about 10 or so juniper berries. I've got 4 cloves. They can go in. Got about half a teaspoon of black peppercorns. Just a couple of dried chilies. I'll just give them a little break. And just a few stalks of thyme. Alright. Now I'm just going to top that up with some water. Just enough to cover the trotters, really. The other stuff will sort of slip in there. That's plenty. So it was about another litre. So I'll get that up to a boil, turn it down to a slow simmer, get the lid on it, and then we're just going to let this run for until the meat and the skin and everything's really soft on those trotters. And that could take, yeah, minimum of 2 hours. I am actually going to add today, so the last thing I'm going to add into my mix there is I've just got about 300 grams there of pork collar butt, and it requires a nice long slow cook as well, so I'm going to put that in now with our the rest of our mix there. Now as this cooks for the next few hours, I'm going to be keeping an eye on it, and any sort of impurities that come to the top, I'm just going to skim them off every now and then. Alright, I'll see you in a few hours. Alrighty guys, so it's been about 2.5 or maybe three hours later. So yeah, I've just used the skewer here. My meat's getting quite soft. Now we don't want it to totally disintegrate, so just keep an eye on it, because you want some sort of chunky bits of meat in your terrine. So yeah, like I say, I've just taken that off, so I'm going to give that time to cool down now. Let it cool down, and then I'm going to take the bones out, chop it into sort of fairly sizable chunks, and put them aside. Now with my stock up here. It's still boiling away, but what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to now totally strain it into a new pot, and then I'm going to put that back on the heat with no lid and just let that reduce down, and reduce quite a bit. So yeah, just while that's cooling, that's what I'll do next. Alrighty guys, so I've just loosely chopped up all that meat, and yeah, don't neglect the bits of skin on those pig's feet, pig's trotters as well. They're a really yummy part, and it's not like fatty like you think. It's mostly sort of that collagen, which is good for you. Alright, now just to that, last little thing I'm going to add is I've just got the zest off half a lemon, and I'm just going to put that into my meat, and just with thoroughly clean hands, just mix that through a little bit. Alrighty, so I've just got a container here that I've lined with Glad wrap. It's a stoneware container, but whatever you got, it's fine. We're just going to put our meat in there. Now our stock I've reduced right down, and it's still quite warm, so try and get that fairly evenly layered. And I'm just going to top it to the top of that meat layer. Probably pour it in. A little bit more. A little bit more. It looks like it's going to take all of it, which is good. Waste not, what not. Alrighty, I'll just get the lid on that. Now I'm going to get in the fridge, and I'm going to leave it in the fridge. Well, that's still warm, so I'll let it cool to room temperature. Then I'll get it into the fridge and leave it overnight. Awesome. Alrighty, so I'm just, as you can see, I've just transferred that brawn, or terrine, whatever you want to call it, onto a plate here. So I'm just going to slice open. And that's what it sort of looks like when you slice it. So yeah, just get another slice here. Now I've got here just a little sort of bready thing. It's a soft bit of bread, and what I'm going to do to eat mine is I've just got a bit of store-bought horseradish cream that I'm going to smear over that, like so. And I'm going to get my brawn, terrine, whatever you want to call it. Set it on there. Alrighty. So yeah, I think it's time for a taste. So there he is up close. Let's taste it. Yummo. That is absolutely delicious. Nice and chewy. Oh, the jelly's solidified really nicely. The pork and the flavour in that reduced stock is just yummy. And that horseradish is a really good addition. It just gives it that little kick, that little, yeah, bit of up your nose burny in a nice way. And yeah, I'm going to sit down and eat the rest of this with a beer now. Thanks for watching. Thanks to everyone who's subscribed to the channel. I really appreciate it. I hope you give this one a try. If you haven't subscribed yet, can I just ask that you hit that subscribe button? Doesn't cost you anything, just gives me encouragement to keep making the videos, which I appreciate. Alright, I'll see you all next time.